Alright guys, so is it possible to have too much choice when it comes to watches, or are you of the opinion that the more choice the better? Well, with this video we're probably going to put that to the test. Not just for you, but also for me, because this is the most watches I've reviewed in one video, and this is just a small selection of the different variations you can get in terms of dials, bracelets, sizes. So here's the review of the Erebus Ascent Collection. So we're going to be looking at 6 different pieces in this video, as I say, different sizes, as you can see, different colours and different bracelets as well, and we're going to go into detail on all of them, because this should be a nice overall view of the different variations you can get, but as I say, it's far from extensive. So if you want to see the rest of them, check out the link in the description and you can go through every single one, because if I did that in this video, it'd be ridiculously long. No matter which one you buy though, you will get a 2-year warranty, and it'll come in this Erebus branded case, which you can hold up to 2 watches in, as well as another few bits and pieces. So that's always nice, not just a useless box. So when this originally came out, it was only available in one size, and that was the 39mm, and the one I have here is the Tiger Eye dial. This won't be to everyone's taste, but if you want something a bit different, this might fit the bill. And it's nice to see that we've got a colour match date window on there as well, and also a nice matching chapter ring. So we've got a 41mm, and I've got 2 different ones there. I've got this red helix dial, which is really interesting. So it starts out darker at the edge, but as you get toward the centre it gets a brighter, more vibrant red. But the interesting thing with this is that helix pattern. So it's actually the Erebus logo repeated in that kind of swirling pattern. It's a really cool effect. I can definitely see this being their signature across a lot of different watches. Then the second one we've got is this really vibrant pink. And again, we've got the colour match date window. We get that on all of these, no matter which style you go for, so I do really appreciate that. That is a nice attention to detail. And the same goes for the applied logo as well. Again, just a really nice touch, that 2-piece applied logo. This colour isn't personally for me, it's a bit too much, but let me know, what do you think? So now, going the opposite way, we're going to go down in size, and we're starting with 36mm. So we've got 2 of these, starting with this blue Fume dial, and we've got a really nice sunburst on that. Definitely helps it to pop a bit more, I think, than that flat pink. And it's obviously just a more classic colour that you get on watches, so it's going to appeal to more people, I imagine. And between that sunburst and also those nice faceted hands and indices, it all just plays with the light really nicely. And then the second one we've got is another helix dial, but this time it's white. But I don't think this one works as well. With the white, you can't really see that helix pattern very well. Even when you're zoomed right in, it's still not all that noticeable really. So if you do want to go for a helix dial, I'd probably be going for a different colour other than white. But again, let me know, do you agree or am I completely wrong? And then the final size we've got is the new 34mm, which I think is probably going to be aimed more at women, which is something pretty unusual for a Microbrand. And the one I have is the duck egg dial. And this one is slightly different to the rest because this doesn't actually have a chapter ring, it just has the minute track printed on the dial. And another subtle difference with this 34mm as well as the 36 is they don't have a truncated index down at the bottom, they just have that date window. But again, it is still colour matched. Now when it comes to the clasps on these, they're all more or less the same. So we've got the Erebus branding on there, double pushers, and then if we open it up, got a milled clasp, and it's also on the fly adjustable. So that's across all of them, no matter what size you go for. So I guess you're probably wondering now, what are the dimensions on these different sizes? So let's quickly go over this. So the 34mm is coming in at 10.8 thickness, 18mm lug width, and 40mm lug to lug. And that one is only available on the J bracelet, whereas all the others are available on the J or the O. When it comes to the 36, that's coming in again 10.8mm thick, but it's got a 20mm lug width on that one. And the lug to lug on that one is slightly bigger, coming in at 42mm. And you can see on that O-style bracelet, it does look a little bit odd proportions wise, I think. If I put it side by side with the 34mm, you'll see what I'm on about. I think maybe it might have been better if they'd gone for an 18mm strap on that one as well. I think it does look slightly better on the J-style bracelet, but again, I just think the overall proportions on the 34mm work a bit better. But let me know, what do you think? So moving up to the bigger 39 and 41mm, they're both coming in at a larger 11.1mm thickness. Both 20mm lug width, and then when it comes to the lug to lug, on the 39mm that's coming in at 44.5, on the 41mm that's coming in at 47. So in terms of the other specs that you get with these, you haven't just got the on the fly adjustable clasp, you've also got quick release on the bracelet as well. And then on that case back you can see it's also mentioning the 100 meter water resistance, sapphire crystal, and most importantly, the Miyota 9015. So we haven't just got an NH35, we've got the nice high beat, smooth sweep of that 9015. So you're probably wondering to yourself now, what's the Lume like on these? We know that Jody loves his Lume, so you'd expect his watches are going to be pretty good when it comes to that. So let's check this out now and see if that is the case. So we've got a bit there already, but let's charge it up, give it a proper chance. It'll be interesting to see if there is a difference between the different sizes or not. And there we go. So going from left to right, we've got 34, 36, 39 and 41. I haven't done all of them, I've just done one of each, so you can get an idea. And yeah, as you'd expect, there's plenty of Lume on there. BGW9, no patchiness at all, consistent across the hands and the indices on all of them. The only difference really is, as I mentioned earlier, we've got that truncated index on the 39 and the 41, but on the 34 and the 36 we don't. It's just the date window down at the bottom. And you can see we've also got Lume on the counterbalance on that second hand as well. And when it comes to the longevity, you're not going to have to worry about that at all. As you'd probably expect from Mr. Lume Wars himself, it's really impressive. So you're probably wondering now, how much do these actually cost? Obviously it's going to vary slightly depending on what dial you go for. The more elaborate ones cost more, but the prices start from $399 and go up to $499, with the most expensive being the aventurine ones. So now you're probably wondering, how do these wear? What do they look like on wrist? Do different sizes work better than others? How does it look with the different bracelets? How does it wear with the different bracelets? And I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently than usual. I'm not going to be trying all these on myself. With the 34mm especially, I'm going to be getting Mrs. Honest Watch Reviews to try that one on. And I'll also get her to try probably the 36 as well. But I will still be trying on 36, 39 and 41 of them. And then we'll also go over the pros and cons as well. So we'll start with the 34mm and see how it wears on Mrs. Honest Watch Reviews. So she actually likes to wear her watches a little bit looser than I personally would. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. And it fits her wrist size perfectly, I think. So now let's see how the 36mm white helix wears on her. So I'd say that wears pretty well too, but I'd say it's probably on the limit of what she could pull off without it looking a bit too big. So now let's check out the 36mm blue fume on my wrist. And I think that wears pretty well, despite having those male end links, which apparently are going to get changed for the final version. So next is the 39mm Tiger Eye. And this one works well on my 7-inch wrist as you'd expect, but I do personally prefer the J-style bracelets myself, which is why I've been wearing the red one more, despite it being the larger 41mm. But because it's got those female end links, I think it still wears quite well. It's probably on the limit of what I'd wear with that 47mm lug to lug. So when it comes to the issues, there aren't really many. I would have said the male end links on the bracelets on the O style, but obviously they're already fixing that one, so that's a good thing. So apart from that, as I've mentioned, when it comes to the helix dial, I don't think the white one really works because you can't really see it that well. So I'd personally be avoiding that one and going for a different colour. And another slightly minor thing is probably when it comes to that 36mm version, the fact that it has that 20mm lug width. I think it might be better if it had 18, but I think perhaps maybe the main one for me might be the fact that you can't get all the different dials in all the different sizes, which I think is a little bit of an odd choice, given they are trying to give you more choice. But other than that, I definitely think the pros outweigh the cons with this. You've got the quick release bracelet, the on-the-fly adjustable clasp, the great Lume, the high beat Miyota 9015, the date window which is colour matched down at the 6, as you guys know, that's my preferred position for it, the choice of bracelets apart from the 34mm, and just the overall finishing. It's just done to a really high standard. So if you are interested in picking one up, or if you just want to check out all the different ones you can get, don't forget to use that link in the description. But that's it for this one guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.